Stay savage, it's your boy ShinoBeenTrill. What's poppin'? Today we are back with some more videos, and in today's video we're gonna talk about weddings. Something that I dread my whole entire life, something that I never wanted. I'm just kidding. I'm deadass, just playing. Maybe one day, but I don't know. You just gotta work on it. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about the real reason why Toneri Otsutsuki wanted to wed Hinata, and essentially we're gonna be leading into conversations about Boruto Uzumaki-kun. So if you guys are excited about today's video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. Obviously, there's a lot of content brewing up around Boruto right now because there's a lot of controversy stuff that's happening, a lot of speculation, a lot of theories popping up. So obviously, you know, this might fall into that category. So like I said, these are my personal thoughts and personal opinions. Like always, if you have your own personal thoughts and personal opinions, be sure to share those in the comment section below. And honestly, I hope you guys enjoy the video. So with that being said, let's get it.
All of these people, they down to ride. Look in my eyes. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Now, obviously, we know about Toneri already. We know he was the Otsutsuki member that was last left on the moon. Clearly, there's some dark past about Toneri in the Tensegan and shit like that. If you guys go want to watch the video about the history of Hamura's Otsutsuki clan and shit like that, I actually have a video regarding what happened and the reason why they sacrificed all their eyes in order to create the Tensegan. But one thing's for certain, we never really got to the mystery of why Toneri exactly wanted to marry Hinata. The reason why I say this, a lot of people don't realize, you know, he already had took Hanabi's eyes. He took Hanabi's eyes, which were the pure eyes of Byakugan Eris, which essentially she would be outside of Hinata. If something was to happen to Hinata, basically would go to Hanabi. Essentially, she would become the next person to take over the reins, obviously. But one thing's for certain, we see him take these eyes. We see him manifest the Tensegan by taking these eyes off the rip. So one thing we don't know is, like, why did he want to marry Hinata? Why did he want to be wed Hinata? All of a sudden, you want to get in Hinata pants, or you want to take her as your wife. You trying to take her from Naruto. You see her as fit. You know what I'm saying? What was the reason for him wanting to take her? So, like, obviously there could be a number of speculations. There could be a number of reasons. One of those reasons is maybe that he wanted to manifest the power of the Jougan into a child, and basically have that child, you know, help him take on the main branch of the Otsutsuki clan. Because like he says, he knew about the main branch. A lot of people knew about him, and, like, you know, they just kept asking, why did they forsake us for 1,000 years? So at that point in time, they thought maybe they died. You know, obviously they knew that they were there. They didn't know they were still around. They didn't know they was observing. So maybe he wanted to take this baby and make the baby have the motherfucking Jougan or something like that, because obviously there's a lot of different things that happen in Naruto The Last that are being put into the Boruto universe. Now, a lot of people saying this is more like Hamura's story, but I feel like this is more of a global scale story. This is more of the main branch's story, because if you think about it, you know, if you got Naruto, you watch Naruto was Hagoromo's story, but then Hamura's story got introduced into it, but it was mostly Kaguya's story. You know what I'm saying? They talk about how Kaguya was basically fighting against the main branch, and she basically created all these white Zetsu in order to fight the main branch and things like that. She was preparing for that, and obviously I feel like Hagoromo was basically teaching everybody on Earth how to defend themselves in case the day came that they was going to come there. You know what I'm saying? And then Hamura, you know, he was obviously on the lookout tower. Essentially, the moon will be that first stop before anybody from a celestial place goes and visit the planet. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, because they knew there were Otsutsuki's there. So by Toneri and the rest of his clan being there, obviously before everybody sacrificed their eyes and everybody died off, clearly, you know, they probably was there. It's like an outpost, like an outwatch. I feel like this was a coordinated plan between Hamura and Hagoromo, and essentially, you know, they thought they were gonna be able to ones to fight it, but they didn't live long enough, and, you know, they didn't stay around long enough. So clearly it passed on to the next generations. Hence Hagoromo giving him Naruto his chakra, Sasuke some of his chakra. That way, you know, they could be ready for any imminent threats that come and attack the world, because he believed in them and he knew they was capable of doing anything. So basically, when Kaguya returned, you know, Kaguya was still going to do the same plan that she had. She was basically going to amass her army and take on Momoshiki and take on Kinshiki and the rest of the main branch, but essentially she failed in her efforts into being revived and shit like that. So, you know, Naruto and Sasuke got to be the ones that gonna defend shit, you know what I'm saying? So Toneri, on the other hand, he basically probably had a plot or a plan that he basically misinterpreted from Hamura, because like you said, well, like I said, the celestial decree got misinterpreted like a while ago. You know what I'm saying? Everything got fucked up after Toneri and the rest of the clan misinterpreted this celestial decree. Now, what we know about the celestial decree getting misinterpreted and shit like that, clearly it was a mistake on the clan's most part, they misinterpreted what Hamura wanted them to do. Essentially, Hamura probably wanted them essentially to go ahead and fucking protect the planet or observe, you know what I'm saying, or even aid the humans essentially. But Toneri took it as, you know, the humans were always clashing, they was always fighting, all they did was cause war time and time again. Essentially, you know, they needed to be taken out, they needed to be eradicated. But one thing is not clear, like, why did Toneri want to wed Hinata? Clearly, I did say obviously would be to birth of restart a clan. Either he's gonna restart a clan with her pure genes and bring back the Otsutsukis through that method, or he's gonna essentially birth the Jougan. And essentially, you know, you guys see that he put a truth-seeking orb inside of Hinata at some point in the motherfucking show. So a lot of people were saying, you know, hey, obviously we don't know what happened, we don't know who did what to her, or why did Boruto end up having the the Jougan and shit like that. But like, obviously when he got the Tenseigan, you know, he took one of his truth-seeking orbs and he put inside of Hinata. And like, I talked with Anime Analyst about this. Obviously we had two conflicted interests. If you guys watched the video about it, we did go on two different routes, and he was saying one thing and I was saying another. But I feel as though now that I went back and, you know, I started looking at different shit, because like, I like to rewatch things multiple times, especially when shit like this goes down. I feel like that traces of the Tenseigan was still inside her body with Hamura's chakra, essentially mixing with Naruto's Hagoromo chakra. So essentially he knew like this was going to happen. He knew essentially this was going to take place, because at the end of the day, you know, even though he's Hamura's descendant, he still has like some traces of Hagoromo in there, because they come from Kaguya. Kaguya has both of their chakras, you know what I'm saying? So essentially, him being the Otsutsuki, he was gonna have those both of those chakras regardless, you know, because clearly, you know, he's Hamura's descendant, right? If he's Hamura's descendant and then Hagoromo's Hamura's brother, they both got their same fucking chakra branch from their mother. So those tricklets and all that shit is all in Toneri already. So he thought he would be the one, but once he saw Naruto being such a good person, a kind, caring person, and basically explaining to him, you know, the world needs to be saved. Basically, all these people are changing. The world is at peace now. You know, you could come to the world and see for yourself. You know, he saw that there was a change. So maybe that was when he realized, you know, this was the moment I should leave the truth-seeking orb inside of her, you know, because at the end of the day, I don't think we ever seen the truth-seeking orb come out of her, because if they would have, you know, maybe she would have died, because he put it in place of her, because, you know, she went off to basically sneak around and look through the Tenseigan, and she essentially wanted to destroy it on her own, or see what she could do to, you know, fight against it, because she had got Hamura's message, and Hamura's basically telling her she had to destroy the Tenseigan. But, you know, obviously we have Yorashiki who's appearing, basically saying, we know you that you did something to that woman's son. Clearly we don't know what's happening, what happened to the son. Maybe this might be some plot that we're going to see later on in the future. But one thing's for certain, you know, that truth-seeking orb either came out or it left remnants of Toneri's chakra inside of her. Now, everything that we are seeing leading up to this point is really interesting, because a lot of these things are taken from the last Naruto movie. Then they're like later on retraced into the anime. Obviously, we didn't get a lot of details about this into the Boruto movie. And one thing's for certain, the anime definitely goes on a different route than the manga. Clearly, Momoshiki gets a new form. Clearly, Momoshiki goes to these different phases in the manga. But at the same token, we never see the Eye. We never see the Jougan. We never see Toneri. We never see all of these extra people. We never see Yorashiki. We only see Kinshiki and Momoshiki. So the fact that they're using the original script to basically make the movie shows that the anime is going to take a sudden change. It's going to take a sudden direction. And if you guys even look at the fact when Karasuke was basically being put on genjutsu, you saw that the person had a beard. Now, it's even noted in the manga that Ao was the person that basically went after him and basically turned and made him fucking the one that got trapped under the genjutsu. That way they could leak information about like the, you know, the scientific tech and shit like that, so all that information got out. But now we seen somebody who basically resembles Kashin Koji appearing, essentially going in there and, you know, basically putting him under the genjutsu. Now, we're not sure if it's him, but for the most part, if you look at the silhouette, you can see his beard and it does resemble him, as well as his skin tone that's depicted in the manga on the cover art and shit like that. So it's like one of those things where you thinking to yourself, you know, they've been plotting all this shit up this whole entire time. This shit has really been a mask for a really long time, and the fact that they all starting to execute it well and they start to like put it into the anime, it definitely shows that eventually there's gonna be some prequels need to be added to the manga, or there's gonna be some more short stories that appear later on for Boruto himself, which we are gonna see in the future. So at this point in time, It is unclear what the real reason why Toneri wanted to marry Hinata, but for the sole sake of it, I'm just gonna say he either one wanted to repopulate the Otsutsuki clan that he had on the moon because he was all by himself and he wanted to bring back that power, but at the same token, why would he want to do that if he was crashing the moon into the earth, basically destroying it and taking Hinata from the earth? So where would he go? That didn't make sense. So either two, he was basically prepared and he was already aware that the other Otsutsuki members was eventually going to attack him or attack the world. So basically he was taking Hinata to wed her and essentially raise a child bearing the Jougan, essentially protecting the child and teaching the child on how to defeat them, because a lot of people speak about the Jougan and talk about his ancient eye, essentially saying this ancient eye is one tool that'll be able to be used to fight against the motherfucking Otsutsukis. And like a lot of things been noted in terms of that, the Jougan only activates in time of calamity. You know, Boruto can open dimensions with it. He can see dark chakra. He can feel shit. It's almost if, you know, it's like Naruto in his like Kurama Link mode. Essentially, he can sense all the dark negative energy. Essentially, Boruto can sense calamity. He can sense destruction. He can sense where his friends are. He can essentially find everything he needs due to the power of the Jougan. So seeing all this shit transpire and see all this shit start to take place is really gonna be dope. Obviously, the true reasons will be clear later on in the future. We'll figure out why Toneri has been doing what he's been doing, why he's been working in the shadows. But to me, obviously right now, the real reason that he wanted to wed Hinata was to give her a seed in order to manifest the Jougan, essentially taking that power and bringing that power to life and basically training that child or that being, which may or may not have been Boruto. Clearly it can't be Boruto because it's not the same sperm cells that Naruto have, but it would have been like a different baby, more probably Otsutsuki looking than fucking human looking. But at the same token, this kid was clearly going to be something important that was going to aid him in his fight against the main branch of the Otsutsuki clan. So we don't know for certain. Let me know your personal thoughts and your personal opinions. Let me know what you think about what I said in this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. Now also, I did make a video with Anime Analyst where we talk about a lot of different topics regarding the Boruto universe. This is the discussion video. This is a big debate video. A lot of times, you know, we agreed on some shit, we conflict of interest, and then we agreed to disagree and shit like that. It was really like a very constructive video, and it was very just a really dope moment. If you guys like to check that out, I'll leave that in the link in the description below. And with that being said, my name is ShinoBeenTrill. Stay true and stay real. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and until next time, see you guys later. Gang gang, bye.